Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Coronavirus Real Estate Report. And in continuation of our mission during this unprecedented time where honestly there's very few answers, we want to make sure that we're eliminating or reducing panic through education and information. So, as a part of that, we have released this report in the subject that there is not a lot of news helping to understand what's going on with real estate and how it may or may not be affected by everything going on in either the stock market, economically, globally, or even just through the lack of information. So we are going to submit a report to everything that we see on the news and how it may directly translate back to real estate, to your real estate. We want to make sure you're able to answer the questions for yourself through information and that you can make good decisions, whether it's time to take advantage of something or if it's time to sell or buy. We want to make sure you have that. So in this report, we're going to start off with a good portion of what's involved in the $2 trillion stimulus package that was actually just signed into law, and some key items on that to help you better understand how they will help the economy, which will also have an effect on the real estate. So the first thing is the money that we've all heard about, probably been in the news already, is that the money is coming directly to individuals. So as an individual, you can you'll be issued a check of $1,200 as an individual, $2,400 as a couple, and $500 for children 17 years and less. Up to $75,000 in income. There is a fade out when you get up to $99,000, which means on your tax returns filed with the IRS, if you have filed with $99,000 or more, you, by the current stimulus package, will not be issued a check. Now, again, this is subject to change. Honestly, this thing is changing daily, and we'll see adds to this, and we may have some things removed depending on what works and doesn't work as time goes on. It's just so incredibly new. This is the way it currently stands. Student loan payments being suspended. My understanding from the friends that I have that still have loan payments, they're able to, with a click of the button, stop those payments almost immediately. So not only that, but there are a lot of banks, companies, creditors who are allowing you to suspend payments for a period of time that we just don't know how long this is going to end. So for now, it's indefinite, but they set a clock to some of these things as 60 days, 90 days, a month, things like that. So right now, student loan payments, you can suspend those payments until the foreseeable future. Unemployment insurance. So obviously, a lot of people have filed for unemployment. I believe the number was that there was a 30% increase. Don't quote me on that. There was just a large increase in unemployment figures and filings once this all started hitting. I actually have a lot of friends who own companies, and I have friends who work for companies, and both of them had the same issue. Some had to lay people off, some got laid off, and they're relying on unemployment to take them through what happens while we all go through this coronavirus issue. That being said, in the stimulus bill, there was an increase of $600 per week that has been given to people filing unemployment for 4 months, and it's extendable up to 13 weeks of an extension of benefits beyond what the current ability is to receive unemployment. There's a lot of verbiage in this one, and we will have links to everything we're discussing here in the verbiage below the video, so you can click on all of them, read for yourself. I always recommend you can listen to our summaries, but obviously go and take a look. Make sure you get your questions answered in emails if you have any questions directly. On top of that, $500 billion in lending programs to help businesses. So these are all kind of dominoing into each other if you haven't seen it yet. So we're all going to get a little bit of support here at home. There's some support here at home for taking care of payments that are really tough to make when you don't have income. Unemployment is a way of just making things work for the time being, and then we have $500 billion in lending programs for small businesses so they can have some help in capital while we all get through this as well. And the next one I wanted to highlight is the government protection of evictions and foreclosures through government loans. The reason that's really important is because I have a lot of conversations with people who think that the real estate market is going to go down just as much as the stock market. And to be fair, we don't know for sure. I can't argue against it. But I look at the evidence. And when we've gone through things historically, during 2007, the mortgage crisis that we had, they call it the mortgage meltdown. In 2008, the banking system had a complete standstill to its business. All the mortgage loans, many went bad. A lot of people got foreclosed upon simply by being involved in real estate, and therefore real estate itself became a tainted product. People did not trust it. As we've gone through, then also September 11th, there's nothing wrong with banking, but the world did go through something that was more like an act of God, like the coronavirus items we're going through now are where people were working, wanted to work, but the outside effect of what happened to them in their lives changed some things for them. That being said, real estate was not as affected at that time as it was during the mortgage crisis. So the question that is in people's minds is, how will this relate to one of those previous situations? And will it be the same, different? What will it look like? And so when I look at these things and how fast they got the stimulus package out, which took some time when we went through the other two crises, they were trying to figure out how to do it, especially when the banking system, kind of went down. But in this case, they're deploying money very quickly to people. The economy was incredibly strongest we've ever had it just before this all hit. And they want to make sure people have enough money in their pockets to get through whatever the phases we're going through. So when we all go back to work, we can pick up where we left off, hopefully bring people back to work and keep employing those services. And therefore, if we have that alongside with no payments on our mortgages and for a period of time, no student loan payments, there's money going to the travel industry and the airlines, there's money going to hospitals, there's money going to small businesses in the effort of just getting past a certain period of time so the economy can pick back up to itself again, then we won't have all those foreclosures and people may not have to get out of their houses. So you don't have payments, you have money coming in and you can defer some of that. Plus there are other banks that are jumping on board as well that may not have government loans. They're just trying to help people create forbearances or modifications to their loans to make sure that they don't have to go through all the foreclosures as well. This is all very important because if you look into this against what happened before in 2007, 2008, the banking system went under, most of it, and we were left with a lot of foreclosures. But if this is a staple that helps people get through the hard times and they come out with a job or their same job because now there's enough money to sustain it, then you won't have those same issues, which mean what people are fearing, which is the worst of the real estate market to follow the stock market, is not a rational fear. So again, this is just kind of trying to predict some stuff. I can't say I have all the answers. This is just how I look at it in conjunction to what is happening around us. So if you have any direct questions, if you need anything else from us, I'll be coming to you as quickly as I can with reports based upon what comes out economically and in the news, especially as it supports the coronavirus and the markets itself. You can contact us always at our direct number of 949-386-1542. Additionally, foxgrouprealestate.com. We have a resources page there which you can access. We'll have links to all of these items. Feel free to research for yourself. And as always, Brian Fox here to help you any way we can. If we can, we'll be of service. Thank you.